Good morning. Welcome to Mighty Ox Trading. Tuesday morning, ready to slay the markets. Hope everyone had a good evening and are ready to trade. There we go. That's the right screen. Let's start off looking at our markets overnight. We're actually seeing an uptrend here on the Nasdaq as we come into things. We're actually getting a signal on gold right now. Actually, let's look at that real quick. It came down, consolidated, kind of in a range. See if it gets up above over here first. We'll come back and look at that here in a bit. Overnight, we've seen another sell-off. Nasdaq basically ranged most of the evening into the early morning. European session comes online and we see this whoosh down. Looking at about a 57, 38, 43, about 170 point range. No, is that right? No, 270 point range. Try that. No. Um, you know what? It's too early in the morning to do math. 6132 minus 5957. 175 point range. I was right the first time. ES pretty much made the same move. It's at a 27 point range. It's 37 point range. The Russell also mostly the same move. 24 point range. Copper. It's making a new, well, it's hitting its daily high right now. Not much of a range at all on copper. See, it started off, it's basically back where it opened at right now. It started off, come down, and then it's rebounded, consolidated, it come up, down, back down. But all of this is only in about 60 ticks. Just a smaller than normal range than what we've been seeing. Gold. Gold's range has only been about 8 points. The UltraBond has been even tighter. Just about a point in movement, mostly in a downward fashion. Crude, up about a point and a half. Came down here, this weird wick down. You see here, came down, and that's it. That basically started its bounce up. Although it's pulled back, it came all the way up, pulled almost all the way back, and now it's trying to get back up. So definitely was moves to be had there. And then on natural gas, we see about a 160 tick range. Recently hit daily lows and bounced. And that brings us to the present. So see here on the most recent, we do have bouncing, 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 bouncing. See things heading upwards. So this move here in the NASDAQ, right at the top of the hour, starting upwards. That's been a pretty nice move here. You see it's gone about 33 points. Easily getting the 15 I would have been looking for. Copper's been heading up. gold giving me another signal. Let's check that out. So that gold signal ended up going through the bands and bouncing down, now giving us a short signal. Again, let's look at this range. See where we want to look at to find. It's kind of at the low part of this range right now. So draw this ray right here. It's actually below that. So right here, came down here earlier, about 20 minutes ago. See, it's come down like 3 times into this 1784.2 area. Let's draw it out further here and see if it's anything more than. Then the top of the range is kind of here-ish. This is actually a line I drew out earlier, so it's interesting. It's back into a same area that was an important area before. So that's basically, before we get into anything there, we want to see it get above or below these levels. Then down here would be the next major support area, down at 82.7. But you can see if it breaks through this support area here, that gives a nice little gap there to fill. NQ and ES. NQ giving us a short signal. It's interesting. Looking at it here. Big move down. Not sure. It'd be weird that it's giving back that. Well, that could just be all consolidation. Let's take an NQ chart. Bum. They call him. Bum. So looking at taking a short here, if it comes back down, we see it bouncing here, that green candle. You can see I have a Ninja Trader chart up ready to take an order if it decides it wants it. Good morning, Vincent. How are you doing this morning? Oops. Sorry about that. I'm doing good. Still kind of waking up, but so far so good. Gold's giving us a short signal. Right at the low of that range. Bouncing off there. Okay, we're gonna take a chance here on this move here on the NASDAQ. I think. One more, waiting for one more confirmation. So both gold and NQ are giving us a possible entry. Now NQ is trying to bounce again. Bounce it a bounce. Let's bring up a gold chart as well. As soon as I can find it, there it is. So prepare for both. It looks kind of messy, so let me move at least one chart off screen. See what everything's doing. A bounce on gold there too. Bonds are sideways. Coppers is kind of meandering. Okay. Oops. I don't know. Every time I think NQ wants to go down, it decides it just kind of wants to hang right at that level. Okay, I'm jumping in here. MNQ, 5 contracts, looking for 15 ticks. So let's see if I made a mistake getting in there or not. Copper sending us a short signal. MNQ, there we go. Wow, already at my stop has already moved to break even. This has moved down 7 ticks. I'm sorry, 7 points. Copper giving us a short signal here as well. Looks like we're bouncing on MQ. It's gonna come back. I bet you it breaks, knocks me out break even, but let's see. It came down 7 points and bounced, I think. Yep. Might need to adjust that. Trade management. Well, it's it stopped me out on 2. Oh, my trade management. That's weird. Yeah, I need to totally redo this whole thing. Move these down here. See if it comes back down. We're still in the trade. Gold with a buy signal up, still in that range we drew out earlier. Yep. Excellent, Vincent. Let's hope it continues to head down. Yep. Popping up. Okay, just stopped me out. So, start off the morning with a loss. Of course, it's probably gonna come back down now, so whatever. So it was about a $40 loss. That's negative 77 now because I was down 36 from last night. Let's see if it comes back down. Makes me regret not giving it a wider base. I gotta redo my whole NQ trade management though, because something didn't work right there. I think I made a mistake there in waiting to get in. I was waiting until it broke resistance or support, whatever. I got in at 16001. If I got in at 160, hold on, give me a sec. Here I could have gotten 16004. When it went down over 12 points if I had gotten in just at that level. But I did get out the right time. It looks like as it's still going green. Copper going green here. Looks like it might want to be trying to continue about where the high of the day. I kind of want to see it get above this high, this previous high back here at 3015. It's currently at 2985. So it's like 6 ticks away. It's heading up now. Copper chart. See how many times we've been wrong in just a few minutes. Did give us that buy signal and it held. Thank you, Vincent. I appreciate that. Ah. Okay, I'm in copper. Down a tick, up, back up to break even. Looking for the break of this high of the day. Hope this can break through. There we go. Up. Guess you kind of want to see that chart. There we go. Sorry. Sometimes forget to pop up the window that has the chart on it. Now it's kind of hesitating here, right around my entry point. Hopefully it's still got some more oomph to it. There we go. We're up 4 ticks. Looking for 16. Go over here, look at copper, see if we have any major resistance areas here. That is, reached a new daily high. It's pulling back. It's pulled back almost to my entry point. So this was yesterday. Right here's where we're at. This green line. No major resistance right here or support. Next major one will be up here at 431.50. So it's got room to roam up before we hit resistance. Let's hope it can give us something. Gold broke out of that range and heading downward. Looks like NQ came up to the SMA line and it's bouncing. Copper looks like it might want to start stair stepping down against me, but we'll see. Consolidating here a bit on the copper. Just giving it another run up, hopefully. We've been up as much as 6 ticks. We're at 4 ticks right now. Ah. 4 minutes before the top of the hour. Ah, back down to break even. See, as it was coming up, it kind of did the same thing here. Came up here, meandered up nicely, came up to this area, and it kind of went sideways to the SMA, continued up, pulled back. So that's what I'm hoping it does here. It's hanging right around 4 ticks of profit right now. This is where I kind of, I start thinking of scenarios in my head. If I had cashed out that NQ when it was up $50, and if I cashed out here when it's at $50, I'll be at $100, and that'll be good. But then it's messing with my risk reward. Ooh, big move here on gold. A 1 point candle up, right back into that range it tried to break out of on the downside. Yep, copper pulling back to break even again. Less than a minute before 8 o'clock. Probably see some volume come in. I bet you we see copper move one way or the other big time. Either it's going to come down and stop me out, or it's going to go up and get near my profit target. Or maybe it'll do absolutely nothing and just laugh at me. Right now we're up 1 tick, we're down 1 tick, we're at even. Uh, 20 seconds. See, top of the hour, it's popping down 3 ticks. See what it does here. Yeah, if it's gonna come down, stop me out. This guy stopped me out there. It looks like it's just gonna stop me out and bounce. Okay, so a bad start of the morning. Crude, big move up here. Ouch! Actually, that gave me big slippage, or else I still have the. Uh, Let me check my trade management. Either that really gave me slippage, or I had my trade management messed up on that copper. Stop loss was supposed to be 8, but it took 10 ticks from me instead. That sucks. So I'm down $202 on the day now. So if I follow the gold signal instead of the copper signal, you can see here it went up 18 ticks. Copper went to a short signal here. NQ's curling up. Russell curling up. Gold pulling back. Now you see gold has tried to get out of this range. It's went up above the range. It went down, it went below the range, went up above the range, now it's below the range again, or bouncing below the range, and now it's back in. Still sticking right in here. This buy signal would have been good to get 16 ticks I'll be looking for there. Crude dumping back down. ES trying to push up. I assume NASDAQ is as well. Big move up here on the NASDAQ. Well, seeing 9 points. Pull back here, maybe. I hesitated there. It's already up 2.5 points. I don't know. Let's look at resistance. I should have jumped in there. After the two losses, I'm acting skittish, and that's stupid. That's where I run into trouble. I don't let my averages average out. My averages average out. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. But well, maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. Bounced off the third band there. See if it comes back down. Gold trying to head back down. Excuse me. See, it's back below this new low that it established here. Not really new low, but next resistance is down or support's down here. And Q's still doing what it's doing. We'll let it do it. We'll probably go 100 points because I didn't enter. Yep, Nasdaq's gonna go without me here. Up 5 points. So it gets back above this recent high of 23. So yeah, I got skittish and I looked over. I overthought this right here. It looks like it's gonna make me regret it. or not. Pull back. Seems like nothing's has any oomph to it. I guess we'd like to again. If we look at Nasdaq, the big move was here again in the middle of the night. Really started right here shortly before 4 a.m. and came down. It just seems like it's so much easier to trade overnight because you see once it made this move down, it's just been kind of up and downish, sideways-ish. None of these signals would really work. This one would have failed. This one would have 84 down to 67, so that would have given the 15 points I'm looking for. So that one would have worked. So well, maybe I'm just being overly judgmental. Let's look short. Let's blow that up a bit. We'll do some charting here. Try and get my head back into the right spot. That would have given me 15. I don't think I would have taken this, but let's if I had, that would have given me 15. So maybe I'm being overly judgmental. This would have pulled back. Let's see, that would have stopped me out because 10-point stop loss. And then this one would have stopped me out. So yeah, I mean would have a couple winners and a couple losers. And this winner as this move up right before I came on or as I was waking up. But now this one did not follow through. And even this one's not following through. This would have went all of 7 points. I don't know. Yeah, if I only start looking for 5 points or 7 points or whatever, if I try to adjust, what do I set the stop loss at that I give myself a good reward risk? I don't know. I was experimenting with 10-5. 10-5 would have given me a win here. Well, no, wait, 10, 10, 10, 10. Yeah, would have given me a win here. Win there. Hey, you know what? No, 10, didn't get 10 there, so that would have been a loss. That still would have been a loss. Win, win. Loss. One day I want to catch one of these moves that will move 100 points and just catch the entire freaking thing. If I had more of a cushion to play with in terms of, being able to widen my stop, I would use the ATR line as a, stop loss. I could ride out these moves better, but I can't. Like, I mean, here, if I gotten in here, yeah, I wouldn't have been too bad there, but still. Okay. Stop lamenting about the past, and we'll see what the ES is doing. Probably not doing anything much different. ES is starting to go down. NQ's starting to go down. Gold's still, I don't know. This gold signal here at 1784.4 would have given me about 10 ticks. UltraBond giving a buy signal. This short signal would have been good. This buy signal would have been good. Copper came back up, then popped, then it's starting to head back down. So this, so gold's now, well, this buy signal would have been bad here on Treasury. Big move down here. All of a sudden, a bunch of things are popping. Buy signal on copper. We could, gold here is starting to frustrate me because we see here this signal would have been good. And then this short signal would have ended up being good. And, I waited for the breakout of ranges before I took any of these, and I should have just took them and not even, I should have just ignored that support and resistance. This gold's heading really far south now. Let's look at it. Gold's made a new daily low. Now back to Friday. This is where I don't know, Nasdaq pulling down here. I should have grabbed that as well. I just kind of I got my headspace back right. this is where I get kind of frustrated because I took two trades that didn't work, and I'm seeing the ones that did work that I didn't take, and it seems like I don't know if yeah, I had this spot in my head that just tells me that things are against me, not like in a paranoid way, but just things don't seem to work my way often in anything. Copper's heading up here off this buy signal. 2 ticks so far. We see this NASDAQ move down here. If I gotten in there at 003, it's going down to 91. So I've been 12 points so far. Gold just dropping now. So now I need to get back out of my head. I didn't take this crude trade, and I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember why. I think it was, yeah, it was right after that copper trade, so I was skittish. You can see it would have been also a good trade here. Running a 15 point, looking for 30, and that would have got it. So what I did there by getting skittish after that, after losing two trades in a row, I got skittish. And right here, this whole trade, this trade here could have wiped out that loss. And that's where my mental, I gotta get better at this. Yeah, this was the copper trade that I lost on. Excuse me. Sneezed. Now the other frustrating thing here, like I said, I'm doing this 2 to 1. Now if I had my stop had been just at at 10 ticks instead of 8, I would have never got stopped out. Although I did get in that trade late. I think it was more like here, so I probably would have still got stopped out. But if I'd still be running my 15 tick stop loss, then I definitely wouldn't have got stopped out. I don't know. This is the 10. I overthink things. I put 10,000 scenarios through my brain. So, so we'll see where that goes. Right now, after this big move up, these next two buy signals have been having a lot of follow through. UltraBond again, showing a buy signal again. Big move up again into the bands again. Crude's continuing to come down, heading toward its daily, the low of the day. Got about 30 ticks before, 25 ticks before it gets there. Natural gas is about the middle of its range. UltraBond is at the bottom of its range, but it's bounced there twice. Gold continues to make new lows. This is that move that, it just sucks that I missed it. Beautiful, 4 or 6 points down. Oh, what just happened there? Oh, it's platinum. Never mind. Copper did make new daily highs. We talked about that earlier. I just forgot to move the bar. And Nasdaq's staying right around the bottom of its range, as is the ES. Be interested to see what that happens at open. Thank you, Vincent. Yeah. That's what the logical part of my brain says that it will. You know, especially 'cause, I do back test it. It's not like I just throw something out to get the charts and see what sticks. But it just seems like sometimes everything just wants to go against me, and it's more of a not a trading issue but a life issue, because it just seems like in my life this is how things have gone. I I'll I'll see three trades work and pick the one that don't, and it's just sometimes frustrating. Just like I didn't take this UltraBond trade and just went my 5 ticks that I would look for. So we see the UltraBond. We can chart this out here until we get a next signal. This would have worked. 3 ticks by 6. Yeah, I go back and forth between 5 and 6 ticks on the UltraBond. This one was going up 5 before pulling back. I think I have my trade management where if it gets to at least 5, then it moves to at least a 1 tick profit. So that would have worked. This one I don't think would have. Let's look. Oh yeah, it would have. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Would not have taken that. Would not have taken that. I never take a short signal on a green candle. Every now and then the whole ATR thing will do something weird like that. This one would have worked. I really think I need to start trading overnight. As much as I just can't figure out how to do that with my current making money situation. This would have went 5, but not 6. So it would have stopped out that break even there. Okay, I just knocked down signals, wasn't paying attention. What was that? Ultrabond again. And Nasdaq. Let's go look what's going on. Everybody look what's going round. Oh, there's that move. Big move down on the Nasdaq. 23 points. I said it was going to break out of that range. Wow. Uh, was there news that came out today for any type of report? That was right at 8:30. That's usually when something comes out. Let's see if I should have been paying attention to the calendar, because I thought FMOC was the big thing to watch today. Let's see what I missed. Because whatever I missed caused me to miss this 35. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything here. Oh, PPI report? Core PPI? What's a PPI report? Producer prices for final demand for U.S. excluding foods and energy. So apparently, whatever a PPI report is, it definitely the market didn't like it. Copper, big move down as well. Gold's bouncing. So I need to start paying attention to the calendar better. Yeah, I definitely need to start keeping better track of the economic calendars and these reports that come out. Before I started trading, I never even heard of most of these reports, so I still need to learn what these things do and how they affect the markets. Because obviously, it's really affecting the markets. Big move, another big 23-point candle down. It's new daily low for ES and the Nasdaq. 62 points on the 5-minute candle. Gosh darn it. So each week on the weekend, I got to find maybe 10 minutes to just go through the next week and plot out the various reports that are coming out. So obviously this one would be nice to know. And I'm finding, and I mean, I gotta. This might be just be anecdotal evidence and a bias, so I gotta actually look. But it almost seems like the market, based on, starts to expect whatever the report's gonna be before it comes out. Because it seems like, I mean, I got this short signal just 10 minutes before, and it just seems like the signals I get before the major reports or whatever end up being right. Like, so if I would have got in here at 16,003 and killed the trailing stop, because I'm sure at some point the trailing stop would have came back and knocked me out because of how fast all this moves. But 16,003 all the way down to, so for the lows, 925. That would have been, a nice, 78 points. Heck, I wouldn't even need 78 points in the day. Earn to trade, I can only, for the consistency rule, I can hit like 1250. So I mean, it's still heading downward. And this is also where I struggle because I'm feeling FOMO. I want to get in. Is this going to be a 300-point drop and this is just a start? Or is this where, where's the bottom? If I jump in here, it's probably going to reverse on me. If I jump there right there, there you see a 15-point reversal. So it's like, uh, so we see, so big green candles on the indices right now for this 1 minute. Crude also didn't like the report. It continued going down. Crude might have made a new low of the day. Yeah, Crude made a new low of the day. UltraBond loved it. UltraBond went up 15 ticks. Gold still making new lows. And that's interesting because usually when the indices are coming down, gold seems to be usually be going up. And so right now everything's going same direction. We see copper here on its 5 minute candle went down 28 ticks, and it's still heading down. Maybe pullback entry. I don't know. See, it's kind of taking a breath now. The low of this move, 921. It's at 931 now. If it starts coming back down and gets back down to that 921 level, maybe I'll take a short there. But look at the move it made earlier today. This big move down. It came down. It did consolidate for like 10 minutes here before continuing to move down. Looks like I have a resistance line or support line drawn out here at 884. I'm not sure where that's from though. Let's look. I guess we can get rid of this 16048 line, whatever that's from. I don't know where this is from. Let's see. It's probably better look at the daily chart. Okay, so right now we are here. Looks like from December 7th, a big move up from December 7th. It's given almost the entire thing back. Gold continuing to head down here. Uh, this was, obviously an awesome move that. Down $900 a contract since this short signal here. Copper down about 14 ticks. NASDAQ down 70 points. S&P down. I'm having struggling with math. 14 points. Russell down 9 points. Crude oil. So everything's red. Is there anything? Oh yeah, the bonds were going up. That's right. I was gonna say, is anything going up? Crude oil down 65 ticks. Bonds. James Bonds. Up 16 ticks. So huge moves to be made, and I didn't catch a single one. Please excuse me while I go break something. You got a buy signal on natural gas, but downtrending bands, downtrending SMA on, and the fact that I have not yet actually taken a gauntlet trade on natural gas also gives me pause. It has been making some good moves. Also looking at 2 to 1 there, so I'm looking at 20 ticks by 10 ticks. That would have worked there. This one would have worked, I think. It might actually would have stopped me out. No, this one actually would have worked, but I wouldn't have taken it because of the band break. I would have expected this pullback. Now, this pullback wouldn't have been enough to stop me out and would have went. The better entry would have been after this green candle here and then getting in. Oops. So, we see this bleeding out here. Oh, and I said if it got below that level, it was going to jump in. There it is below that level. I'm curious, though, what was going to happen at the open. Are we going to see a rebound at the open, or are we going to see this continue to bleed out? Remember, we do have FMOC tomorrow, so it's going to be another wild day. Uh, oh, Vincent, yeah, I remember you said you went in on an MES trade. You still in that trade? Or what happened with that trade? And there's the train again. Those of you here on YouTube, please remember to hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. And if you haven't subscribed yet, love to have you subscribe. Oops. Nice, 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 nice. That's a excellent. So it's already gone 23 points for you. That's awesome. So my main mistake now this morning was not the two losses. My main mistake was not entering trades. That's awesome, Vincent. That's excellent. But yeah, so, like I said, my main mistake this morning, I could say the mistake was the losing trades I took, and it's not true. My mistake was the fact that if you look here, S&P, the Russell, the Crude, it's like an official title, gold, Nasdaq, copper, and Treasury. So 7 of the 8 things I follow, if I enter in any of those signals, the last signals it sent me, not including this one that UltraBond just sent me, but any of the of those signals, I would have had a winning trade. So if I had entered in two, I would have had two winning trades, etc. My main mistake was not entering any trades, not just kind of sitting here with a deer in the headlights look. See a little bit of a bounce here on NQ, right around the 15,900 level. Copper's continuing to come down. The copper hit a new daily high and just like flushed. I need to add sound effects to my streams. I did add a cha-ching, but I don't get to use that as much as I like. NQ obviously new daily lows, ES new daily lows, UB giving me a signal. So UltraBond did give me a signal here. Still had uptrending bands and SMA. That doesn't seem to be as big of an issue. I'm not sure if the word's issue. Looks like that would have stopped me on that one first scan though, huh? Yeah, I would have. I might need to widen that for this time of day. Have to see. We are seeing bigger candles, so yeah. So as we come up to the 9 o'clock hour, I'm gonna pour out a little breakfast. Gonna mute for a minute so you don't hear a whole bunch of cereal crunching as I pour it out. Never had such struggle getting a gallon of milk open. So I see that this UltraBond short signal would have been good. Reversing back, so now everything's going down. I'm going to be muting on and off as I chew cereal. I'm sure you don't want to hear me chew. I could start a new channel, chewing while trading. So we have seen some slowdown here after that big move down. Almost 9 o'clock. We'll see a little bit of increase in volume here, I expect. Natural gas is creeping up. Crude still creeping down. Indices are kind of meandering right now, taking a breath. Copper's still just bleeding out. Copper's now lost almost $1,000 a contract in the last hour. No, last half hour. Okay, Nasdaq's trying to send us a buy signal above the SMA line. Gold's also popping up to its SMA line. So all of a sudden everything's kind of looking a little green. S&P and Russell also above its SMA. But we still have downtrending bands on everything. So I would expect this to get up to the bands and then maybe bounce back a little bit before, if it's going to continue its move upwards, then I expect to pull back first and then head up. We are also just a half a minute away from the top of the hour, so we'll see what happens once that new volume comes in as some prop firms come online. Crude popping up. So far, not much else being affected by the top of the hour here. Oh, gold with another big move down. Wow. So gold's now come down $1,500, 15 points in the last hour. I get so frustrated when I see this. How do I miss these huge moves? Natural gas on the rise. Natural gas is gonna rise up. Sorry. Indices are kind of just hanging about. The Nasdaq hit a low of, I believe, 902. It's popped back up to 922 right now, so back up 20 points. ES hit a low of like 2850. Yeah, 2850. It's popped back up to 3250, so it's popped 4 points from its low. Crude oil just made another big move down here, 39 ticks, but it's regained it all back within the next 2 minutes. But I believe that was another new daily low. No, maybe it might. No, crude. Yeah, it was. So crude's now had about a 2.25 point range today. Gold, of course, is continuing to make new lows. Now with a 31 point range. Copper trying to get back down to its daily lows. Crude giving us a buy. It's at an interesting place there. SMA's line still downtrending, but the Bollinger Bands are kind of sideways. So this could go either way. Oops. Okay, breakfast is done. So UltraBond making an interesting move here. Came up with this nice move up, and it's giving it just all back. You see, we're actually below where the buy signal fired. So usually you see something consolidate a bit before it starts going back down or whatever. This is up, down, up, down. Everybody, look what's going around. Meanwhile, gold's just continuing. I guess all these white lines don't mean nothing anymore. So we can get them off our charts. Because too many white lines make things look ugly. Stretching. Okay, let's see here. See if we can finally, hopefully find a trade to take. Now that I missed all the big ones. We're about 22 minutes away from from the open. I mean, not the top of the hour, the open. It's a pretty epic move here on gold. I mean, let's look at its 5-minute chart here. Hey, that's amazing on the 5 minute. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 10 out of 11 candles red on its way down here. Daily chart. Well, we were here just a few days ago, so looks like the low of December 3rd was 1766. That's just about where we're at now. Right now we just hit a low of 1766.9. So that's the next major support area. And before that was 1762.2 the day before. Now, if it continues bleeding out, and gets below that levels, we're going all the way back to beginning of November, 1758. And Q looks like it wants to try and head back down, giving me as a short signal. It's already below that 900 level it was at, so it's heading down. And I wasn't not sure how I missed that, but hey, that's how I missed it. Vincent, looks like you're at your profit target, or just about. I scared it away from it. Looks like you got within a point or two. I mean, a tick or two of it. Hey, well, 0 for 2, and I missed all the big moves so far because I got skittish after the second loss, and then didn't grab anything that started moving like this epic move on gold, or the epic move on NQ, or the epic move on copper. So I'm just frustrated with myself right now. How are you doing today, Walt? Yeah, I didn't realize the PPI was coming out. I really need to start spending like 10 minutes each weekend and mapping out the week's calendar. Uh, yeah, are you trailing that at all, Vincent, or do you have a level that you're gonna get out at if it comes back up to 46.11? Where is he at? So you're at 27 now. So looking for another 15 points there, I guess. So, UltraBond, UltraBond did what I call a lung move. If you look at this, it kind of looks like a set of lungs. Up and then right back down. Breastbone in the middle. But, so, yeah, the UltraBond came down and is actually now lower than where it started that nice move. And, did we make a new low today? I don't think we did. Yeah, we did. 46.40. Okay, so you're guaranteeing yourself at least, 13 points? That's excellent. Copper giving me a buy signal here. Don't know if it's going to try and bend the bands. We are about 15, 14 minutes away from the opening bell. It's going to be interesting to see how the open responds to the fact that we've basically been bleeding out. Two big bleed outs throughout the day. Boom, and boom, boom. Something I'm doing a little drummer boy. About 100 and, no, I can't do math anymore. About 250 points down after a down day yesterday as well. Okay. Gold continuing to still go down. Well, it's kind of hanging around right at that 1767 level now. All's quiet before maybe the opening storm. FMLC tomorrow. That should be fun to see how the market reacts to that. Right now, 10 days till Christmas Eve. All I want from Santa is a funded account. All I want for Christmas. Natural gas, which I'm still working on the parameters of that, trying for 2 to 1. See, it's made a nice move up here, though. Let's see if it would have stopped me out. It would not have. Though I do think I need to come up with something more than a 10 tick stop loss for this time of day. Plus the fact that it's gone up about 70 ticks. Hey, Jay. Uh, my issues in the way again. Took 2 losses and then froze while everything started just losing its mind downward, and I missed all the good big moves. So, status quo. Copper with another short signal here. We are about 8 minutes from the open. That's a lot of white lines. The issue is not getting in, Jay. I just I took a loss on MNQ, which had gone into profit and reversed, and then I took a loss on copper that just a normal loss. Though it did give me 2 ticks of slippage on the actual loss. Instead of losing 100, I lost 125. And I just kind of sat there dumbfounded while everything, you can see here, first of all, again, I wasn't paying attention to the economic calendar, and there was a bad report came out, and, we see all this gold shot down this, $1,700. NASDAQ shot down like 75 points. Copper shot down about $1,000 a contract. Bonds went up and down by like 20 ticks each way, and I just kind of sat here in my hands. So the issue is just I need to stop sitting on my hands. Especially since it's very hard to use a mouse when you're sitting on your hands. About 5 minutes to the bell. Bells will be ringing. Silver bells. How many Christmas songs can we come up with the word bells in it? Okay. Right now we're still continuing to grind downward. Vincent, you holding that trade through the open? Cool. Okay. Silence before the mayhem. Yeah, I don't either. So I was wondering if you were or not. Sometimes I think I should just take a guess, though. I'll throw a 1 micro on long or short of Nasdaq, and just if it stops me out, it stops me out. But if it runs, it runs, and it's kind of like a gamble with 1 micro. We see crude with a short signal here right before the open, about a minute and a half. It's a really a preference, Jay. Just with the fact that the open can cause things to go wild. If it goes in a direction that you're currently holding, that's great. But like I even saw when I was in that copper trade earlier, even because I always say at the top of the hour at 8 a.m. causes things to go wild, and I say it could stop me out, and it's exactly what it did. So there's just certain times that I end up looking at whether I should be flat or not. I'm almost always flat at the open just because you can see these wild 30, 50 point swings sometimes. Yeah, you're guaranteed profit either way, Vincent. So I think that holding through the open is really a good idea, because if it goes your way, then that's excellent. About 30 seconds to the bell. Hey, there's the bell. Ding, 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 ding. Everything's kind of frozen. There we go. Now it's moving. Kinda. Not really doing much. Move up. So we have some buyers coming in. Nasdaq going down. ES going up. That's well, not indecision still. Oh, there we go. There's the 22-point move down on the Nasdaq. ES more muted so far. Doji now. Now we're green on Nasdaq. So wow, that quick. This is Jay. This is kind of why I say I like to be flat. On this one candle here, we're what we are a minute and a half in. This 5 minute candle, it went down to 856 and popped all the way back up to 908. So a 52-point move upwards after a 30-point move downwards, and it's now still going. That's why I stay, flat. Now if I would have guessed, let's say I would have just put in one micro there, 30-point stop loss. If I go long, I could have stayed in that trade and I'll be up almost 50 points. That's quite the bounce. You see here, the Nasdaq did give us a buy signal here off of that huge 1 minute candle, 41.1 minute candle. But it's immediately reversing. It went into the third band. Reversed now by 16, which is why I would not have jumped in there. Copper giving me a buy signal. Already went up 6 ticks. I wasn't paying attention. UltraBond continuing to bleed out now. Making new lows of the day. Gold, not much of a response. Crude, muted response as well. Indices are pulling back off the big moves. Quite a move on the treasuries here. So Nasdaq came up that big move is now giving over half of it back. It's kind of funny when you look at a 1 minute, look at the 5 minute candle, and it looks like it didn't do anything because it's almost back at the beginning. It's going up now 3.3 points since it's back to break even now from the open. So if you just look at the 5 minute candle, you think, yeah, it's no biggie. So you look at the 1 minute candles and realize what it did in that time. Okay, now Nasdaq's popping back, popping, stopping, hopping like a rabbit. It's actually, if you look at this, if chart patterns, I don't necessarily, I look at some chart patterns here and there, but this is a perfect sign of a reversal candle. Came all the way down, back up in green. That was a good indication. This could have been an excellent candle to jump in on. It came down, big wicks down, or a sign of buying pressure coming in. As you can see, it's now gone about 20 points back up. Gold is trying to push up back now after that big move down. Just trying to regain some of it, albeit kind of slowly. Nasdaq is now back above that move upwards right at the open, or it was a second ago. Copper sideways. Russell still moving upwards. S&P moving upwards. So far it's the Russell that's had the smoothest moves. The Russells of the four indices, the Dow, the Russell, the Nasdaq, and the S&P, the Russell's the rebel of the group. It's the least likely to go with the same directions or the flow of the other three. So I don't know if there's anything special about it, but I don't know. I like it to just watch it and play it occasionally. It doesn't move at the same velocity as the Nasdaq, but it seems to move. It seems to trend a little bit better than the ES, if that makes any sense. I don't know. Now it does. I mean, it does sometimes move with the other indices. It kind of did today, and it moves downward, but it's the one that's most likely to be the rebel. But of the four, I think it's the one that trades with the least volume as well. Because if you look at the Russell, early, like in the evening, you can see a lot of dashes where there's like virtually no volume. But this would have definitely been a nice move to grab here. It's $50 a point. And from here up to here, so far it's given us almost 10 points. That's $500 move in the last 5 minutes. No bar jumps. Really? I need to find that video and check that out. Vincent, I was just going to say, I just looked at that and saw that you probably stopped that, but excellent. 15 points is excellent for the S&P. I should have been playing this again. I'm just like, I stare at these charts. I'm here explaining what's going on, and I'm not taking the trades, and then I'm like, well, how did I miss this? That said, I mean, if I had entered there, it did reverse by 3 points before going on to this 15-point run. Just a tad bit of a frustrated ox right now. Now, and NASDAQ here and copper also went on me. That's going to profit, would have went to profit target. Excuse me. Um, looking at this NASDAQ, I would not have jumped in on this big 15, this big 41-point candle broke the bands, but if I had jumped in once it reversed and came back above, jumping in after it came back up to that same level and then getting in, or, even if I waited for this 20-point candle and got in here, that first reversal would have been scary though, because it did go down by 14 points. But there have been other entries. I have a goal of wanting to take 10 trades a day. Now, obviously, not necessarily always going to present that opportunity. But I've only taken 2 today, and they were both losses, and I could have easily got those losses back. Everyone, there's been moves on every different asset to take, multiple moves. And most of them would have been winners if I had taken them. So, did you go? You went long and then it dropped, Jay? Ouch. Almost need to rename this stream not from live trading to live watching charts and not taking trades. Bop, 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 bop. Sorry if that rustling of something just came through there. Moving some stuff around about my space here. Pulling back here on NASDAQ and probably other indices. Yep. Maybe we found the top. Russell, NASDAQ. S&P with a short signal. Still got that upward trending SMA line. Wait to see whether or not it can break through. NASDAQ trying to do the same move, bouncing off the SMA line here. Yes, again. Flirting with a short. UltraBond. Trying to do basically the opposite move of the indices, trying to pop back up here. and QUBES. Everything's just kind of taking a breath again. UltraBond is sending me a buy signal here, but we have bands that are constricting. You can see this was a huge move for the bonds. Let's see how huge. Boom, 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 boom. Yep. Oh, that was almost, almost 2 points down. This is almost $2,000. A little over half an hour. That been a nice move. Very nice move. You see here, we do have a buy signal here, but it came downward bands. So I'm expecting it to pull back like it's doing now. And if it, we'll see if it stays above the SMA line or not. And once we see if it starts going green again after these bands start curling back up, and this SMA line straightens out and starts curling back up, that'll be our entry. It's kind of interesting. We're seeing a lot of we've seen the bonds, uh, make a move up and immediately give back plus more. Copper, you see this big move down, and it's almost regained its entire move down now. Gold, this move here that I didn't take, I was iffy on it. We're coming down from this big move, so I wasn't sure. But with a four point profit target, 2 point stop loss, it would have got the profit target, and it's still trying to head up. Here's that move I expected, this reversal here on the UltraBond. So until we get a signal, let's watch that. See if it bounces here and then heads back up. I'll even get a bond chart ready to go. Bond. James Bond. Jay likes when I do that. Put this there. Just here. And there we go. See that the SMA line and the bands that are now parallel are horizontal. It's more the word I was looking for. You think so, Jay? Lately, it seems like it has been trending the late morning and early afternoons. It figures out which direction it wants to go after the open, and then kind of goes that meanders that way for a while. So we see he kind of touched the Bollinger Band here, and then pull back to the SMA. Just trying to break under the SMA here and see if it bounces or not. under the SMA, giving us a short signal instead now. That's interesting. Let's see if it bends the bands downward. Say that 5 times fast. Do have 4 minutes till the open. No, I'm sorry, 4 minutes to the top of the hour. Um, let's see if this bounces off the bands or heads back up. And heads back up, or if it continues down. Looks like it might want to continue down. Now I'm confused because I don't know which way I want to go. It's already made this big move downward. Was this as a pullback? J opposite direction of what it did at the open, and opposite direction of the trend that we were seeing before the open. Okay. So I should have taken this short apparently. It's then down already 5 ticks, which is what I've been looking for. Yeah. So I got biased there. I expected this to come up and bounce and go up. And because of that bias, I didn't give this short signal the proper respect it needed, and it's told me off by would have went 6 ticks, I think. I hate this whole 19801 thing. 01032. Yeah, would have went 6. Yeah, do that research and get back to me on that, Jay. So we'll see if this continues to go down or if it bounces. We'll go back to our regularly scheduled programming already in progress. Top of the hour. Oh, what do you know? So, top of the hour, not seeing any real big movement here. Um, so, we see that short signal would have been good to take, and I didn't take it. Looks like the bonds are going to continue to bleed out. The other reason I didn't think that was going to continue is because it's already going 11 ticks, so that's really a bummer. Because, the indices really aren't doing anything, so usually if there's a breath on the indices, you see a breath on bonds, but Not today, Wilbur, not today. Gold's continuing to go up now. So from its lows here at I believe 66, it's our gold's already regained $1,000. Oops, actually I had myself muted. So we're seeing gold back to the SMA line. So you can see here, I haven't changed. You see how far the bonds have dropped here since up here where this move came up. It's just continuing to head down. Crude and then natural gas about mid-range. Gold back to about the middle of its range. A little lower than middle. Copper almost all the way back up to its daily highs after almost hitting its daily lows. NQ trying to come back down. ES is trying to come back down. Oops, not what I want to do. Daily low Nasdaq was right at that open candle, 856, back down to 892. Gold bouncing off the SMA line. See, crude sideways. Natural gas. Natural gas, they kind of the same thing. Came up and is immediately giving back everything that it came up with for. Seeing pretty big candles right now. 13 points, 18 points, 8 points. So, hello, Ace. Thank you for the thumbs up. Yeah, so far I've only ever had 2 thumbs down, and one was last night because of the guy, and a guy had a beef with me from the Earn the Trade Discord, so he gave me a thumbs down after I kicked him out of the chat. Long ES from 46.31. Let's see. Cool. Got a good 3 points so far on that. Yeah, there was a guy in here last night. He's well, she is a real blowhard. Claims it's a she, but I don't know if it's really a she. Acts like an alpha male, and always brags. They claim they win 90% of their trades and give away 90% of their money to charity. Came in yesterday saying about how slow NQ was, that they only got 243 points, and it's all made up. I know they're making stuff up, and I called them out on it when they were doing it on their own trade Discord. And then once I figured out it was them in this chat, here on the stream, I kicked them out, and they didn't like that. Yeah, on the Earn a Trade Discord, I'm the one that called out the bull crap that he was spewing or she was spewing or whatever, and they started calling me all kinds of profane names and got themselves banned. That was a few months ago. Not sure if they found my stream by accident or didn't even realize that it was me, because they seemed kind of surprised last night that it was me. uh, yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Crude coming down a little bit. Have a good one. Good job, Ace. Hope see you next time. So see, this is why you shouldn't have a bias of what something's going to do. Watch for it to do it, but if it doesn't do it and goes the other way, I was so sure this was going to come up here, pull back, and then go back up. So when this sent a short signal, I didn't allow myself to believe that that was going to happen. And as you can see, move is now gone down. Looks like 15 ticks. So that would have, obviously I should have taken that short, but I was so sure this was gonna up, down, back up. Thank you, Ace. That means a lot. I appreciate you coming in and listening to me and watching me and saying hi. I am not in anything right now. Green is green. I agree. Right now I'm red about $200. Copper sending me a short signal. Short signal, we have it into the third band. That's the only thing I don't like about this short on copper. Apologize for any background voices you hear. Unfortunately, I don't have my own office. Oh, I have a short here. Let's see. Do I want to go in on this short? Trying to see whether or not I have. Yeah, let's go for it. Or filled. See if copper can burn me twice in one day. Immediately reverses by 2 ticks. Down 4 ticks, so halfway to my stop. Mm. See, copper would have played nice here. I didn't grab that one. Would have played nice there, but I didn't grab that one. Yep, just stop me out. Oh my. 327 now on the day. Down. Gotta look at that. It's like, again, took two more ticks for me than I planned. I have to think maybe that trade management isn't set up right. 8 stop loss. For some reason it keeps going to 10. I must be getting, oh, look, it's coming back down. Hey, yeah. Wonderful. Yeah, it came up, stopped me out, going back down. UltraBond sending me a buy signal. Looks like the UltraBond's going to do it to me again here. 31 up to 04 already, so it's already given me 6 ticks. What I'm going to do after I get off stream here, maybe I can even do it now. I'm so sorry about the background noise, guys. Thanks, Vincent. Have a great day. So since I've been on stream, ES has given me one signal that wouldn't have worked, one signal that would have by far, two signals that would have by far, and this one would have reversed before going. So two signals definitely would have worked. One that would have stopped me out, but I wouldn't have taken. But if I would have played it right and got in there, Nasdaq, same moves, basically the same moves. A couple extra moves there, but I don't know. There's no reason for me to be down right now. Absolutely none. Um, Not really. I mean, it's messing up my strategy of keeping every loss to $100 or less because the last two copper trades that stopped me out instead of 8 ticks. It stopped me out at 10 ticks. Now I'm still trying to run 2 to 1, so instead of 16 by 8, it's 16 by 10, and one good trade would still pretty much make up for those two bad ones. But it's just it's interesting that it's taken two both times it's gone that quick that it's gave me 2 ticks of slippage each time. Well, just look, this is my history on copper this morning. You know, this was before I woke up. So I came in and I took a trade. Was it this one? Yeah, I think it was here. I took this trade. It went up a little bit and then came out and stopped me out. And that's where I froze up. And I almost took this trade, but I didn't, which would have been good because that would have stopped me out. But then this is the one that would have been good to take. This ended up going down like 80 ticks. This I wouldn't have taken. This I almost did take. And then, of course, this would have been a good one, too. So even if I had taken those all, let's say from here, one loss, excuse me, two losses, one win. So assuming 2 to 1, you know, that would have evened out. If I would have taken this one and then this one, I would be up. And now this one stopped me out. So it's all would have been break even if I had taken them all. Not sure exactly why copper's not exactly giving me what I want. But well, UltraBond pulling back again. Nasdaq giving me a buy signal here. What? Some sort of resistance line I drew out here, back here. I'm not even sure what it is. Should be a way to mark what the okay. So it's back here. Oh yeah, this is because so we're exactly at the level it came up to at that open candle at the bell, and it's above it. Well, let's take one more trade so we can end the day 0 for 4. We're in. Not sure why we're only in on 2. That should have been 5, but okay. We'll go with 2. Of course, since it's only 2, this is the one that's going to go to profit. Wow. See? This is... well, stop me out on 1. Not sure what the heck parameters it's under, but okay. Okay. Trailing stock got me, but we did get profit on that one. But of course, it would have been much better if that would have been 5 instead of 2. Let's see what we got out of it. Oh, you didn't even, guys, I forgot to even show the chart on that. So there was the chart. I got in and out real quick. You can see here where I was in and out. Made back like 20 bucks. But much better, much better trade if that had been a the right parameters. I'll have to work on that when I have time. So at least I had one win. Interesting, I don't take the SMA on, I mean the EMA on the 1 minute chart that seriously. It's an interesting way it bounced right off the EMA. Also, if I just jumped right in that trade without thinking about it, it would actually give me 21 points before pulling back. Thanks, Walt. UltraBond. It's interesting what the bond's doing to me here. Let's mark this off. Loam. Let's see. So 5 ticks. Now maybe I wouldn't have gotten the 5 ticks if I had gotten in with slippage. And then 5 ticks. So exactly 5 ticks both ways. Now we're going back up again. If I've been shooting for a 4 ticks by a 2 ticks, both all these would have worked. Or even 4 ticks by 4 ticks for $120 each way. Probably gonna wrap the stream up here in the next 15 minutes or so, unless something exciting happens. Nothing exciting is really happening. Looks like we did get at, my trailing stop did trail me at the right in the right way. It got me out of that trade before it would have went against me. It's consolidating. UB again is heading upwards. Gold giving us a buy signal. Kind of a weird trend downward. We are through the SMA line. The bands are kind of straight. Still kind of trending down. I almost expect us to pull back a little bit before. Kind of what I said earlier about the UltraBonds, but I don't know. And there's the pullback. So we'll see whether or not it pulls back, bounces, and comes back up. ES was a short signal. So here's the little bit of a bounce on gold. Let's see if it comes back up to where it gave us the buy. See if it breaks the SMA. Just kind of hanging there at the SMA line. ES and then Q. Sending signals, not really doing anything. We do see this kind of consolidating here on gold. Nasdaq sending a short, but we have uptrending bands. Uptrending SMA is kind of flattened out. Gold is now just basically going sideways. It's not really bouncing, but it's kind of riding that band. Not band, that line. Copper. I missed that short signal. Good was a good one. Maybe I should just forget about support and resistance and just take every freaking signal, because here I was waiting for the bend of bands, and it's now down 18 points. I gotta review the trading. When I do the whole back testing, I don't look at support and resistance. I just take it based on where it's at, based on the vans and that. So maybe I need to stop paying so much attention to it, because this is now down over 20 points. Maybe that's why I'm not seeing the same results in live trading as I see going back, because I'm restricting myself too much on trades that will work. So I don't plot out all these support and resistance lines as I'm going back and just kind of charting. Maybe I'm getting in my own way too much. Oh yeah. Let's take. We're back down to almost at the low of the day, which is 8:53. We're at 8:58, and I feel like such an idiot for not taking this short, waiting for a resistance break or whatever it was I was waiting for here. and this has gone 30 points. This is exactly went more than 30 points. 30 points has been what I was looking for. Tomorrow I'm doing things different. This is ridiculousness. Okay, so gold never did bounce like I thought it was going to, but it is now showing a short signal coming back down. Well, let's take that. Oh, let's find the chart to take that at least. Boom, 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 boom. 25 seconds to go in that candle, so let's see if it holds. Okay, I in on gold. We're up by 0 ticks, which means we'll break even. Down by 2 ticks. And no. Yep. 3 ticks, 2 ticks. It's been our last trade of the day. However this wraps up, we'll end the stream. Okay. Down 5 ticks, halfway to stop. This is probably a bad trade to take as I'm looking at it. It's going to stop me out. This wasn't a move down, more of as it was a bouncing off the bands and back up. It's looking more sideways than downward. This is more of a wanting to take a trade to try and make something happen, and this is a bad trade to take. Stopped out. Okay, that's our day. Oh, I'm gonna call it there. Another bad day. And thank everyone for joining me. Next stream will be tomorrow night. Then Thursday and Friday morning. Hope everyone has a great rest of their day. Talk to you later, everyone. Bye.